Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Tuesday, January the 4th, 2022. Today we are pulling from the Chakra Wisdom Tarot cards. So we're starting off with Justice. Specifically with Justice, they were saying from the Astrology Answers definition that an outcome of a specific situation. They were saying the date of January 14th. So it looks like you're getting they're saying a notification. So maybe, you're expecting something to come in, or it's like outcome, like they're confirming what they had already spoken of. So it looks like that's what's coming in. We have the Lovers. So they were saying that I feel like they were definitely talking about our relationship with Source on Monday's cards, where I feel like they're gonna sit there and bring this opportunity to come here, and it's up to you if you take it, of proposition of love. And I feel like it's like where the things that our soul and our mind needs out of a relationship you get from Source. But like they were saying, our body is weak but our soul is strong, and they were saying, like, that physical touch is what you're probably longing for. But they're saying it'll be up to you if you take this. It is energy into an old situation. They were showing, the grass is only greener where you water it. So showing that, you and your partner sit there and, have, maybe if you have children or whatnot, but have a romantic night. Sit there and have a nice dinner, dancing, slow dancing, whatever, and, just enjoying each other's company. We have the Magician, and I feel like this is Source offering you this. We always talk about with a Magician, using the elements to our will, but this is with the Tarot is using the cups, the pentacles, the swords, and the wands to our will to weave magic as we move forward. And I feel like because this is being presented to her, I feel like this is what universe is doing. This could be a new skill set that you take on, something to add to your wheelhouse. I feel like also with the Three of Wands, she's grasping this wand. I know this is helping us to stand tall, but I feel like she's coming into something. When you I don't know if this is dating myself, like He-Man or something like that, when they grab onto the sword and it's like they could feel the power surge through them. The wands are supposed to be supporting us as spirit, but I definitely get the sun from her gown, but I feel this is definitely intuition, but stepping into our own. This is about our ship coming in, a windfall of money with no harm to none. And I feel like, they've been knocking about this for a while. So it'll be interesting to see what that is. We have Judgment, and I always say our clairaudience, and this could be our dreams. Definitely with Venus in retrograde, I've been having dreams of past relationships. And it's just like, realizing, why, there was what was going on. I can only speak for myself. Obviously you're going to have to do that shadow work yourself, but coming to that conclusion of, I get all these things that I was looking for in relationships from Source. And that's where I'm saying the only part is missing is the physical part. And this is where, again, our body is weak, but our mind, our soul is strong. The cards we don't see coming, this is not in order, but is the Nine of Coins. And I feel like this is safety and security. I feel like from whoever this person is stepping forward, they're saying the King of Cups. So I feel like, safety, security on the emotional sense, but also like building a strong foundation. But I feel like the King, like their love runneth over. Remember with the King of Cups, they were saying this is either a friend, a lover, or a family member stepping forward. We have the Three of Swords, and I feel like this is where our heartache is over. I feel like this is your choice if you're going to come out of this emotional trap prison. You know what I mean? I feel like, mind, body, soul, spirit, I feel like you've evolved, and I feel like it's up to you if you want to step into the next part of things. We have the Seven of Swords, and I feel like the deceit is over. Because maybe, people were putting their opinions on you. Like, I know someone specifically told me, oh, you should wait this long. It's like, it's none of your business how long or short I wait. That's nobody's business but your own. Me, I chose to evolve and heal, and they're highlighting the full moon, which is, I believe, the 19th, if I'm not mistaken, or the 14th. It's right around there. But, I feel like the deceit is over. The way that we look at ourselves, because she's turning her back to this. It's like the deceit is over. The blinders are off. I see myself clearly. And this is not keeping us up at night no more. It's like seeing ourselves clearly. With the Seven of Coins, I definitely feel like it's taking a step back. And I know it's coins, but I feel like this is our grounding energy, and definitely dealing with the new moon in Capricorn. It's like taking a step back, seeing, how we've evolved so far. They keep talking about like the thinking woman, a leveling up. They've been speaking of this for a bit. We have the Seven of Wands, and it's like, about to call checkmate on a situation. And I just feel like it's not even so much calling checkmate. I just feel like you've come to, like, when you call checkmate, the game is over. Right? We're at a brand new year. So I feel like this is what's happening here, is that you sat there and you've gone through whatever you did with the retrogrades, and you've come to realize a lot of lessons. And when that blessing comes in, you're going to see why they had to remove certain things from our life, people, place, and things. And I feel like this is giving us a solid foundation. The highlight the emperor, order and structure. Ooh, I like the Viking room behind him. But I feel like this is just saying, like, we're bringing in order and structure. Definitely with the justice is bringing that balance in. And I feel like this is where Spirit is saying you are balanced now. Where you're, the scales were tipped because, like, you had to do, well, specifically with myself, go through this healing. Not only myself, but my children, our environment, everything had to go through this major transformation, for us to come to this where we are now. Kind of looking back of how we've evolved in the past 5 years. And it's like, it's only getting sweeter and sweeter. Yes, we've come through some major challenges, but, the more that we sit there and learn from situations, very magician, it's like, we know how to, deal with certain people, how to deal with certain situations, not to overreact, to put so much energy into a situation because we're just wasting our energy, depleting ourselves. So, going with justice as our first card, there is a sense of divine intervention here. So, this is like where with myself, it's like, I love this person, but I'm not in love with them anymore, but I am not happy, but I choose, choose happiness over mine because I'm like, that's what's important. And this is where this universe intervened and was like, no, that's not what's going to happen here. An advocate will appear to remind you of who you are. Allow yourself to correct your direction if you so choose. And I feel like it's like, showing you who you are and what love is. And I feel like this is where I'm saying, like, our single people, divorced, bereavement, whatever your situation, maybe you are in a loveless relationship. And it's like, they're showing you, there's possibilities of something else. They keep bringing up Joy Behart from The View, where she thought she was stuck in this loveless marriage, and she made that scary decision where they're saying, we're pushing you into an area, an uncomfortable zone, very strength card in the Enchanted Forest, where Red Riding Hood went into the forest knowing that it wasn't going to be good. But they're pushing her out of her comfort zone, saying, go in there. And she met, her duality there, which was the wolf. We all think that our duality has to be in a physical form of a human being, when it could be in a different sense, where she found that loyal relationship with the wolf. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is where the wolf to me is source. It's just that physical part that our body longs for. And it's just like, if we can overcome that and master that and realizing, you know what? I'm not going to let that rule my life. Like, that's not what's the most important in life. You will learn how to love yourself more, because it's just like, you know what? I love myself more to put up with this crap. So with the Lovers, we created a light to our own path. Are you in or out? So our own light to light up our own path. Very Three of Wands. Will you choose to live the dream? What do you know? What do you now know that that only moments ago was unclear? This will reveal your fate of manifesting. And I feel like, when they're showing, like, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Emperor, I feel like very strong, you know what I mean? And I keep talking about this table, when we were teens, we would go hang out at this coffee shop, and some of the tables would be uneven. We would fold like pieces of paper to make it even again. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you're 89% of being whole, your foundation being strong. It's just that little bit. So do you choose to sit there and bring in a person to bring in that part in? That's going to be up to you. But that's what they're saying. You can light up your own life. You can be the light in your world. You don't need someone to sit there and light it. Let Source be that light. When you sit there and evolve and you sit there and put Source first, And I feel like this is where there was talking about going back. Maybe you've lost yourself. I definitely felt like, when I would go to certain places, it's like, oh, you gotta cover your tattoos, you gotta dress a certain way, da da da. Gotta act. I understand acting a certain way because out of respect, but it's like cover your. It's like freaking 50 degree freaking Celsius outside, and I'm wearing leggings, and I'm just like, oh my, because I have a tattoo on my leg. I'm like, are you serious? Like, it's just like, no, life is too short for that crap. So all lessons are in visual to our are vital to our evolution, must involve emotional investment, spiritual gifts, using your intuition with the magician. We're evolving, you know. Spiritual gifts. This is where our clairaudience, our clairvoyance. I know specifically a Pisces. Pisces now has Jupiter in them, where she's just like, I knew they were telling me that this person was going to step forward. They were going to do this, and sure enough, within a couple days' time, that's exactly what happened. She had deja vu. And it's just like, because she's trusting that, say with myself, we have, they were doing construction in the triplex, and they left the doors open, and they were like, go check this. And sure enough, exactly what they said. So it's like trusting your intuition, like, with certain situations, certain things, if someone keeps, kind of like making you try to feel insecure, you just sit there and say, you know what? I let the universe handle this. I let the universe, unfold what's supposed to happen here. With myself, they told me to stay off of apps for dating because they're going to bring that person into my life. So I'm listening to them. You know what I mean? It's just like trusting them that whenever that is supposed to happen in my life, it will happen. With the Three of Wands, do not make decisions that are overly emotional. Rein in hasty impulses. And this is why I was like over emotional. And I definitely feel like, some things do rock us to our core, and I feel it because it kind of, as the knockings or reminders of a certain situation. But I feel like this is harnessing your power. I feel like this is overcoming this because now you're in control of this. Whatever this is. Like, so with myself, with the bereavement, it's like now I control the situation. Now I could speak of it without, there are certain times when it's like certain dates or, certain celebrations or whatnot come up. Yeah, sometimes it does knock me. Like the kids, same thing. I don't even mention it and their body just knows. It's just muscle memory. So it's just like, now we know we obviously we still feel it, but it's not as potent as it was before. It does not mean that the love is lost there. Heck no. It's just evolved. And all we can do is just make the most of what our situation is. We can't sit there and allow that negative emotion to rule our life because there's so much more life to live. And this is where it's like, hasty emotions where people make, like I said, idle threats is what Spirit is saying, or try to affect your safety and security or your foundation, period. And it's like, don't act out emotionally. That's what they want. They want an overly emotional response. They're feeling a certain way, so they want you to feel the same way they're feeling. They're trying to manipulate you. So just sit there and, ignore them. Just sit there and say your mind. That's their insecurity speaking. So we have judgment before us. This is where I feel like our clairaudience. I definitely am getting dream state. I know with myself when I go to bed early, like the one time they sat there and they said, when you are ready to receive message, what was it? When you are ready to receive messages, you will. Something along those lines. Like when I'm open to receiving messages, I will receive messages. I guess because maybe I'm tired or whatever is going on. But I feel like Spirit is like, those certain things will come in when, we feel like you're open to receive those messages, and it's just like definitely a discipline to sit there and write it down. The only thing is I look like I write with, it feels like Shane's writing it because I look at it, I'm like, what in the hell is that? It looks like a child wrote it. I'm like, what in the heck is that? But it's writing that down because you're trusting in what they're saying. So we're going to judgment. You have more than magnetizing your dreams. You are creating light. So we keep talking about this light for yourself and others. The student has become the master. So, definitely, this is where we're talking about sharing of knowledge. You know what I mean? Like someone that I mentor, I was like, oh, don't forget to do this, and I'm really good friends with her mom. And I'm just like, I don't know if you guys have done this yet, but definitely something to think about, And it's just like bringing those, for myself, it's something I feel resonates with me because it's kitchen magic with salt and cinnamon. And I feel like it's just bringing in that positivity, continuing that positive cycle that you're in. That's why I honestly feel like, everyone's like, oh, sage this time, da da da. I feel like if the energy needs to be cleansed, then cleanse it. If it is good energy, I would keep that energy. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you want to sit there and cleanse good energy? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I understand now with the old and with the new. I understand that. But I feel like this is where I have a problem with certain things. When people say certain things, it's like, you know what? Maybe that's the way you do it and that's your discipline, but let people evolve and be who they are. Let them sprinkle their little something something on whatever that you're doing that resonates with them. You don't have to say absolutely this way. No. When you start doing stuff like that and being a dictator, that's when things don't resonate with people. That's when you push people away. And I feel like the free sharing and thinking of knowledge definitely is something that needs to be more shared with others. Because I sit there and I help out these young individuals or older individuals, depending who they are, just individuals, period. And it's like, hopefully, they will sit there and pay it forward and do that for someone else. You know what I mean? So it's just like when you sit there and invest your energy into someone, that's why universe keeps blessing certain people, because they know by blessing that person, they're going to bless many hands, because they know that that's not just going to stop with them. It's going to keep going, evolving. It's like a snowball. It has a snowball effect, hopefully by the grace of the universe, God, creator, divine, God. It's just like, hopefully that will have a snowball effect and they will sit there and evolve and be able to sit there and share that knowledge with others. Like I said, I always, even if it doesn't resonate with me, I'm like, this doesn't resonate with me, but maybe it'll resonate with you. Try this out. You know what I mean? But it is a dedicated mindset. They keep talking about this light, so keep brightening that light. Someone that I read for, they were showing that she was a candle, and I said, now she's a bloody lighthouse. She's going to light up the whole area around her. You know what I mean? And I'm like, be that. Remember who you are. You're not just something that is easily snuffed out like a candle. You are a bloody lighthouse. That's going to take a lot to snuff out that light. So I'm just like, keep being that light. There's a lot of challenges in our life that try to sit there and dim our light, but don't let them. Take that power back. You don't have to sit there and be aggressive towards them. You let go and let the universe deal with them. You just sit there and keep being that light. It does, if sometimes your light will bring out the demons in others. Brings out their negative energy, and it's just like, it is what it is. It's not like you're purposely aggravating them. It's just something that happens. There's nothing you can do about it, but just keep being you. Just keep moving forward. Keep being a positive light. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.